Hello, internet. We're back finally, thanks to our Lord and Savior Fidium Fiber. We are back. Fidium has risen, and we're here. So, welcome to our stream. We're gonna get right into this beautiful brainchild of Michael Panish's here. And as we're introing here, I had it right here. Hold on. Oh, we lost Mike.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. He's coming back. I see him. He's back.
I know we're back just as mine goes now, but mine's back. It was a temporary hiccup. I switched.
Yeah.
Switched Wi-Fi's.
It's so wild, but
You'll be okay.
Well, when I say from the brainchild of Michael Panish, I always want to make sure that when we start these videos that we all know that this guy running the game and putting all this stuff together is not a schlub. Okay? So, if you haven't checked out his new book, what's this?
Oh, wow.
California Wolves by who is that on there? Michael Panish. Check it out. I'm not that far into it. It's only like 150 pages. I'm only like 20 pages in it, but good stuff, dude. So have a good time with that. It's on Amazon. I think that's where you primarily get it. But yeah, that's where I got mine. So check it out, California Wolves. But yeah, we're gonna dive right into this. This is a Monster of the Week like type game here, but make sure and check this one out. Check out, if you're just watching this first one right now, go back, because there's so much more to head up to this lore, right? Oh, I'm spitting rhymes. All right, but let's give it right to him. This is Michael Panish and Golden State Monsters. It's all yours, sir.
Oh, thank you so much, Scooter. A great introduction. I am, all my life, I wanted someone to say, that guy, he's not a schlub. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, this is okay. Let me do the little intro moment here. Welcome to Golden State Monsters, the epic Western saga of frontier madness and mayhem in the bloody heart of the California Gold Rush. This is probably not a good jumping on point because it's the second to last episode of the entire show. So this is the second episode of our last arc, which is entitled Pancho Villa Presents. I'll do kind of a quick recap of where we are and we're in 1916 Hollywood, the glitz, the glamour, the silent movie industry. We'll get into a little recap of what's going on with that and the mission of these characters. But let's start by introducing them. So please tell me who you are, who you're playing, and how they're feeling as Golden State Monsters, the movie, gets a little closer to being in the can. Let's start with Nick.
All right. Yeah, I'm Nick. And once again, I am playing Leon Kesberg, formerly known as Levi Kesberg. Yeah, I guess he's sort of unsure as to what exactly is going to happen with the betrayal of his former self, I guess you could say. He's not. It doesn't look good.
Well said. Thank you for that. And thank you, Nick, so much for joining us here. And then also joining us, it is Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm playing Miss Lucky DeVille, who used to be known by various other names, but currently it's Lucky DeVille, and who wants to live in the past. I suppose these movie producers do. They can depict my past self however they feel like. I could not care less. But if they're willing to pay me more money to find lost doggies, I do not mind taking it.
Oh, very well said. And of course, huge thanks to Kat for joining us. I do got to say, Kat and Nick, they've been with us in Golden State Monsters every step of the way. So a lot of gratitude, a lot of thankfulness to those guys for sticking with the show here. All right, so As Lucky mentioned, their first mission for E.C. Randall, the big shot, cigar chomping Hollywood movie producer, was to find Wemo the Wonder Dog, a famous heroic performing dog who has taken a leading role in Golden State Monsters, the movie. It's like a big budget Western with some horror elements that's shooting in Hollywood. They saved the dog, but discovered Save the Dog, similar to, of course, the great screenwriting book Save the Cat, um, with a dog style twist for originality. But while they were saving the dog, they discovered a strange and terrible villain, this figure known as the Man in Black, this kind of ghostly, pale gunslinger who appears to have control over elements of the West, like summoning skeleton outlaw cowboys and a cyclone helping his escape. He's got something to do with the myth of the West. He's sort of like a manifestation or an avatar of the Western myth, which is very fitting given that the movie Golden State Monsters is making that myth come to life on the silver screen. So after returning Wemo and saving the day, saving the movie, they got called in by the big bankroll of Maxima Pictures and Golden State Monsters. William Randolph Hearst, the media baron, in his humongous San Simeon mansion, Hearst Castle. He's collected all kinds of like Western artifacts and artifacts from the lives of Kesberg and Lucky DeVille. Things from their previous life, like in the Gold Rush, that they have, like monsters they encountered and slew, and artifacts from their adventures. But there was one artifact that he really wanted to complete the collection: the head of Joaquin Murrieta. That head is, according to his sources, in Mexico, and he is an in with Pancho Villa, the Mexican revolutionary who's leading an army, destroying the kind of cruel Mexican government, fighting for freedom there, and also helping some movies get made. So he's sending the whole film crew down to shoot some army scenes with Pancho Villa's help, and you guys are going along as kind of a secret mission to recover the head of the notorious outlaw Joaquin Murrieta. But you have a few days, in Los Angeles before everybody kind of packs up and heads south of the border. So, is there anything you want to do or prepare before you guys head out? Let me know.
All right, I have a couple things that I wish to prepare. I'd like to open the scene on my boudoir with a young man lying next to me in bed.
Oh, okay.
I look at him, this pretty young thing, and I say, all right, you can get going now. I've had enough of you.
Dang. All right. He's like, so before he takes the walk of shame, he's like, so should I ring you up on the telephone a little later, or?
Listen, you were delicious, and this was a very nice night of fun, but I have very little interest in seeing you again. I will get you, of course, those pictures of your cheating wife.
He's like, oh, well, appreciate that. Okay, well, in case you change your mind, you got my, you can ring me up on the telephone.
Sure. Well, you know where my office is. You can always speak with Lorna if you need to make a new appointment.
All right. He sort of sheepishly snaps his suspenders on and heads outside into the harsh LA sun.
She stands up and stretches and reverts to her demon form of pale white skin, pale white hair, and piercing blue eyes that glow slightly, and large leathery wings. That was surprisingly hard to say. Should have done some vocal warm-ups.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Exactly. And she heads over to the mirror, draws some arcane symbols around it, and speaks into it. Lilith, are you there?
Oh, okay. So you're trying to kind of contact your patron, as it were.
Yes.
Let's see. I think at this point you need to roll because you're very enough time has passed that your connection, I think, is deepened. So
Mhm.
you see the mirror kind of shift, and you get a look at Lilith herself. This almost like plain, almost unremarkable woman in like a very simple black dress, so kind of like long hair, haunting eyes, though, looking out of the glass and staring at you.
Right. She folds her wings into a cape to give herself a little bit of modesty, I suppose. I seem to have run into a bit of a snag out here in the Tinseltown, I believe they call it.
She's like, I've seen actual Babylon, and that town can be a little much for me at times.
Indeed.
So I'm not exactly surprised. What's going on?
Out in the desert, I met a man in black who seems to be in, I believe it's called Egregor, the sort of avatar of the West, I believe. He had abilities to raise armies of, well, not armies, but at least a decent bandit camp of skeletons, and rode away on a cyclone. I don't suppose that you know anything about this sort of creature and maybe how I can stop it.
She thinks about it and she's like, it's intriguing. When I was young, people put their faiths in gods and went to war. Would have epic battles between those who said Ra is on our side. I don't know why she got southern in that last part. Those who said Ra.
It's a contagious accent, my darling.
Yeah, it's contagious, darling. She said Ra was on our side, or those who said like a good Babylonian god. So many cool ones. Not Enkidu, Gilgamesh, those are heroes. Tiamat's not exactly a good one. Marduk. Those who said Marduk is on our side. But in all the years that have passed, man has not changed so much. Now, instead of dying for Ra or Marduk, right now they're dying for a flag with certain stripes on it or certain stars on it. They're saying Britannia or Germania. They're shouting those as they rush across the trenches and die and sacrifice themselves.
Yes, rather a lot of the fighting seems to be in my home country.
That it is. They've sacrificed themselves with a great vigor to their new god. So new gods do rise. And founding myths give those new gods power. So perhaps that's what you're dealing with.
Do you think it's
a sort
related?
of god of... what's up? What was
Do you
that?
think that's related to them making these movies about the West?
I would think so. The movies are myths. And every god needs a founding myth. Just like every nation needs its gods.
They're currently making a movie about me. I don't suppose there's any way to channel some power from that.
There could be. Sometimes, well, you spoke of a weapon to defeat it.
Indeed.
Story of my own faith when the god who I have a complicated relationship with went to war with the Egyptian gods. There was a contest of power. Some plagues went back and forth. It was very nasty for all concerned. But one of the things that really allowed my god to triumph in that instance was truth. the need of an oppressed people to find some sort of freedom. Maybe that's what can defeat a myth, the truth.
The truth of this country is a rather ugly one. And as last I recalled, they were making epic films to the uglier parts of its history and calling it a triumph, a birth of a nation, as it were.
Truths often are ugly, and those are the ones people really need to look at.
Well, provided I'm not going to be able to make one of these moving pictures, how do you suggest I get a bunch of truth out there?
She thinks about it. She says, every god has artifacts, mythical weapons, touchstones, magical devices, things that give it power, relics. See if you can stop this god from acquiring those and making them his own. That should hurt his power. But I'll do my best to find a way in which you can use truth as a weapon to truly defeat him.
It would be appreciated. I'm, of course, as ever, your loyal servant.
She says, you are my beloved daughter, and I ask that you walk in peace and glory.
I shall try my best.
And with that, the image just sort of fades away into shadow, and you see your own reflection again.
Holding up pretty well for somebody over 100 years old.
All right. Very cool scene. Lucky, is there anything else, any kind of preparations you want to make? Maybe we'll pop over to Kesper and then pop back to you if that's the case.
No, I think she just gets dressed and gets ready for the day. But yeah, please pop over to Kesberg if Kesberg's got something.
All right. Kesberg, of course, you're, the government agent. You have the Bureau looking out for you. Or I mean, not really. But you're working for them. So
yeah.
You could check in with them, try and use them to find more details of what's going on. Maybe help with your journey into very dangerous war-torn Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I will do that. I'm also kind of curious if they have anything on Hurst, and if they know the fact that he's collected all these artifacts from very specific points in time.
Ooh, okay. Let me take a look at where are we?
Yeah.
The professional.
Yes. So yeah, I marked down that there
here we are.
In terms of the agency itself is well armed, as they're very rigorously trained, but they're also bureaucratic and have cryptic missions.
Ooh. Okay. All right. So try and pierce the bureaucracy a little bit. I think.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know. I want to be fair. I didn't make lucky roll necessarily, but there is a move literally called deal with the agency.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think if you're asking for, material support of some kind, you're going to have to make that roll.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe lesser things you won't have to roll if it's if it's a smaller thing or just some intelligence.
Yeah, I think for right now it's intelligence. I don't think I need gear or personnel at the moment.
Okay.
And
okay, well, I think they'll provide. So what sort of so let's say you ring them up, you got your hidden telephone, you're speaking, you got the the classic speaker and receiver held up to you.
mm-hmm.
What are you asking the Bureau?
I think at the moment, we'll start off with telling them that I met with William Hurst, and it seems he has quite the collection of old. Sorry,
Memorabilia.
yeah, memorabilia from my old jobs. That way, before I joined.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. So the voice the other side, which maybe you don't quite know who it is. The bureau is very good at keeping things confusing and close to the vest. Is like, that square is what we know, Agent Kessberg. Hearst is a collector of, well, just about anything that can be collected.
Hmm.
European historical artifacts, exotic beasts, you name it, he's got 3 of them labeled, collecting dust on a shelf in his humongous mansion.
Mhm.
But it is interesting that he's collecting stuff from your background. We've read your file, Agent Kessberg, and it's at times frightening reading.
I guess you could put it that way. Is there anything that we need to be concerned about, or is he just a fanatic?
They think about it a little bit. They're like, Hearst is an intriguing fellow, but it seems that what he craves above all else is fame, his name in lights, his newspaper, not just selling newspapers, but in the newspaper, making headlines.
Hmm.
So collecting these objects, showing them off to his well-heeled guests at his humongous mansion, that's probably part of the game. I don't know if there's anything more to it than that.
All right. Well, seems Mr. Hurst is tasked me and my associate to go to Mexico for head of Mr. Murrieta, I believe.
We have a file on him as well, of course, but Mexico is complicated. Keep a low profile, I say. Yankees and Mexico get into trouble. We'll do our best to help, but pretty much the State Department's mantra is, we told you so. So don't expect too much help.
Okay.
And they say, as for giving the artifact to Hearst, that is up to you.
One more thing, sir. Have you ever heard
there's
of
always one more thing, isn't it? Yeah. What is it, Agent Kessberg?
have you ever heard of a creature called an egregore?
An Egra, what?
Avatar of a bigger concept. It seems that one has popped up representing the West, at least the Old West.
Oh, like in the dime novels.
Yes.
Intriguing. Let me do a little bit of research. You hear some like papers flipping, and he's like, that is somewhat alarming, but somewhat gratifying as well. After all, our country was made by the West. Haven't you read William Jackson Turner's Frontier Thesis?
Having lived it, sir, I don't want
Oh,
to
yeah,
read
you lived it. You don't need to read the Frontier Thesis. Anyway, basically it says America's the best because America's got the West.
Interesting, sir.
Yes. So we have our Uncle Sam, but he's ultimately just a old guy with a goatee and a big top hat. I would say the real icon for America, just like the British have the bulldog and Russia has a bear, other countries have various other things. I mean, we do have Uncle Sam, I suppose, but perhaps the real icon, the better icon, would be the cowboy.
It seems this cowboy is summoning undead and conjuring up like windstorms.
Oh, that is alarming. It is very bad to see the icon of America's Western spirit becoming some kind of malicious villain.
Seems.
Like watching Uncle Sam tying some poor lady to the railroad tracks. Well, Agent Kessberg,
I shudder to think of
if
it.
you encounter this egregore, oh no, oh yeah, I shudder to think of it. Agent Kessberg, if you encounter this egregore again, however you can, terminate it.
Very well, sir.
Very good. And Agent Kessberg, I didn't want to say anything, but your employee review is approaching fast. So let's get some top marks.
Certainly try.
That's the spirit. All right, toodaloo.
Leon will hang up and just be like, "Oh God, I hate dealing with those people."
Yeah, the Bureau, they're not, I mean, this is like way before anything had a human resources department that you could complain to. Yeah. All right. Kessberg, anything else, any other kind of preparations before we cut ahead to Mexico?
No, just make sure that everything, all of my gear is in good shape.
Yes, I would say your car has been repaired.
Okay.
But since the last mission happened when it took some damage there.
Yeah.
Someone took like another little stick into the engine and like cranked it and went, and now it's good to go. All right, Lucky. So I guess you're good to go for the trip. Lucky, any other preparations before we cut ahead to Pancho Villa's camp?
Yes, I do ask my companion, my partner, not in a sexual fashion. I don't want him to die. But Mr. Tommy O'Bannon, can you get me a trace on a Mr. Leon Kessberg where he might live?
Oh, he's like, certainly. He goes out, does some work. Let's see. Should I make some kind of roll for this? I feel like I should. I don't know. Though making you roll for him is weird. Well, let me say this before I do anything. Kessberg, is it difficult to find where you live? Like, are you like under an assumed name somewhere, or like in some kind of shady Hollywood flop house?
I think I'm honestly in a sort of agency sanctioned kind of, I guess you could call it a safe house. I think the agency tries to keep me under wraps and sort of, at least definitely my past under wraps. So
that makes sense. Okay, so I think it will require some kind of roll. Let's do what I always do when I'm not sure what else to do, which is act under pressure. So,
you want
Lucky,
me to
I'll
roll
have you
that,
kind of.
or do you want that?
Yeah,
to
let's
be
have
based...
you roll
okay.
kind of, because Tommy is acting.
This is always
you're
this
acting
is always
Tom.
very bad.
Okay.
8.
Well, okay. I was gonna say if it's really bad, you can always say it's Tommy and not you. 8's not so bad.
8 isn't bad at all.
Yeah.
For having a
worse
0
outcome.
and cool.
Yeah.
Good.
So it's a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay. Okay. I think here's what I'm thinking. he will locate Kesper and get it back to you, but he will be spotted by Kesper, who will recognize him and tie him to you. So Kesper will know you're like looking into him. Or he doesn't find Kesper at all. That's kind of the choice.
No, I'd rather that Kesberg knew.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. I think he's like
Lord knows I'm not hard to find. I gave Mr. Kesberg a business card.
Oh, okay. I think like he is able to like locate Kesberg's house, and he's like in his automobile across the street trying to finagle like a humongous camera with like a giant flashbulb, while also eating an ice cream cone. Because he just loves some of that. I don't know. They had ice cream, of course. I don't know if they had soft serve back then.
No.
Or I'm trying to think of the most like hilarious 1910s type candy.
Well, I have said before that he has a fondness for snacking on almonds.
Yes, I think that's better. He's holding this huge camera while like tossing almonds into his mouth. And then he like hilariously gets like the tie stuck in the steering wheel. The camera goes off as his car like bumps into a street light, which falls down. He like screeches to the side, almonds spill out everywhere, rattling, and Kesper just notices this hilarious sight as he extracts himself and then runs away.
All right, so I guess I'll sort of drive over to Lucky's.
Yeah,
the,
I think
the address
O'Banion gets back.
on Lucky's card, and just sort of knock on the door.
I think
He'd be
O'Banion
greeted by
showed up just a little
Lorna.
bit, like a few seconds before.
Hmm?
Oh yeah. So Lorna's answering, but a few seconds before that, Lucky bursts into you, DeVille. This boss, I got made.
Good.
All right, and then I think Kesberg arrives. You hear Lorna kind of like calling you over the intercom, being like, "Ma'am, there's a Mr. Kesberg here to see you."
Yes, I figured he would be coming. Let him in.
All right, I'll show him in.
I apologize for the clumsiness of my associate.
Yeah, you need to train him more on espionage.
Well, I thought that he was maybe adept at it, but he has managed to track down many a cheating spouse in his time and be discreet at that point. Still, I just wanted to know where you live so I could surprise you when we were headed out, Show up at your house and be ready to get in the car with you. Pretend that I succeeded at that and you're terribly surprised.
Well,
But I also wanted to see how easy it would be to find you.
people I work for try and keep me under wraps.
I'm certain. They don't do the best job of it.
Well, they're decent at keeping my past under wraps, let's put it that way. My physical self is another story.
Indeed. Sorry, I just drained somebody's life a little bit a couple hours ago, and I'm feeling kind of good. He didn't realize I was doing it, of course. We were preoccupied with other activities.
And then,
Still, it does cheer me up, and I just wanted to have a little luck and see if you could be found, which apparently you could, and not with too much effort. Is there any other reason for coming to my office today?
mostly to exchange notes before we head out.
What kind of information are you getting from that bureau of yours?
Well, first off, that they would prefer if our quarry, our not quite our quarry, what we ran into
The
in our
object
last
you're
mission.
looking for.
Yes. Well, the egregore, they want it destroyed. They don't
Aw.
want a symbol of what they consider the, the great symbol of the United States, aka
Eagles?
the cowboy.
Oh. I would not have guessed that.
No, they did mention Uncle Sam, and I'm sure that there's also the
I mean, this
Yes.
country likes putting eagles on everything. It's like my home country with fleur de lis.
mm-hmm. But they said America was built on the West.
Yes, and what a wonderful job they did.
Well, they don't want that image being sullied by having an
Right.
avatar summoning the undead.
Yeah, whereas Mother wants me to reveal the truth about America. Seems as though we're in a bit of a loggerhead.
Well, the agency is very bureaucratic.
Hmm.
Pain in the ass to get anything done.
It's a simple way of draining the power from it, deflating the myth of the West.
Hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong about what Lilith said, Michael. I believe it was along those lines.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, basically it's like Kesper's bosses, they want this egregore gone. And Lilith was sort of saying that a way to defeat it, which she's not totally sure how this would work exactly, is the truth. Like, that's how you take down a myth.
So, if you take down the myth with the truth, I'd imagine that much more ugliness would be exposed, don't you? So, like I said, your bosses and I might be in a bit of opposition here. But on the other hand, if you want this egregore destroyed, this might be a way to do it. You can take that back to them if you want. I don't really care. I would prefer you not mention that I'm a demon. But other than that...
As far as they know, you're just an associate.
Good, I prefer to keep it that way. I don't suppose any of your supervisors or associates are cute, are they? Just
I
in
have
case
no
I get
idea.
hungry for another snack.
They like to keep their personnel out of my knowledge.
That's fine. This business delivers plenty of warm bodies for me. And I do mean warm. Regardless, we are heading to Old Mexico.
And when it comes to the head, the Bureau doesn't give a shit.
No? They should.
No. It's more of, they said that we could give it to them, we can not give it to them. It doesn't matter to them.
I have a feeling that if Mr. Hurst keeps collecting these sorts of artifacts, he's going to be getting one visit from one egregore. Do you understand what I mean?
I understand that. Seems that the agency doesn't.
I'm also wondering if I couldn't try to draw power from those things myself. I've not done much research. Like I said, I had a snack, talked to my patron, then tried to find you, found you. It's been a bit of a day.
Busy.
I tend to be.
Just better see what Mexico entails. Also, when it comes to the agency itself and myself, we're not getting help from them when we're in Mexico.
That is perfectly fine. I do not need the help of any governmental agency.
I didn't think so.
What I do need to find is how to draw power from these artifacts that Mr. Hurst has myself. Give me a bit of a fighting chance against this egregore. That's what I'm going to be researching up until we depart. Which is exactly what she's going to research, Michael.
All right, very cool. So let's see, Lucky, you kind of dig into these artifacts, sort of how to use, how to get power from them. You hit kind of a wall, but you do capture some idea about the best way to defeat a creature of myth, like, using the truth. They're like an area, a place where he would be weak is like within the realm of dreams.
Oh.
So physically, maybe he could be harmed, he could be banished a little bit, but like to really finish him off, you kind of got to go into his realm, which is sort of like maybe not literal dreams of where you go when you fall asleep, but a more ethereal realm, a sort of like a heaven or a Mount Olympus or Valhalla kind of zone, a sort of a more heightened place.
Would the artifacts that Hurst has been assembling be helpful in accessing this realm?
You think so, or some other way of like sort of opening a portal into there. I would say that's a good like tidbit of info you discover.
Okay.
And then I think with that, we're going to cut ahead to when you guys enter Mexico.
Yeah. Thank you for
So-
the long sidetrack that we just took.
Oh no, it's very good. It's good information about about our monster of the week. But yeah, so we cut ahead. You guys are like getting off first you take kind of a train south and you cross the border, and eventually everyone's going by like horses, wagons, automobiles. There's a whole convoy as like the film crew, led by the great director Bosco Brewer, makes their way across northern Mexico and kind of the state of Chihuahua. This is definitely like all around you. You guys see the effects of war. There's like burned out villages. You see some like bodies hanging from poles by the side of the road with like signs stretched to their chest. So it looks like the two armies, or more than one army, or more than two armies, I mean, have been like battling back and forth over this area for a while. So things are looking pretty rough. Pretty soon, you guys come to Pancho Villa's camp, the headquarters of the División. Apologies, I'm pronouncing every Spanish thing wrong, I'm sure. División del Norte, which is like Pancho Villa's army. So it's like a big, it's like sprawling, and it's kind of a little ragged. There's a little bit outlaw about it, but it also seems very like disciplined, and very like in control. Like this is a powerful, well-maintained, well-armed, and fighting force. Lots of horses in like kind of their area for like the cavalry. You see lots of soldiers moving around, the soldaderas, who are kind of like the soldiers' wives or female fighters. There's lots of like kids, because like a lot of armies at this time, the families will like travel with the men who are fighting. Lots of like very high-tech weaponry, like things that you may have seen in the newspapers from the war in Europe. So it's a little weird to see like heavy machine guns, bandoliers, rifles, all that kind of stuff like in person. The film crew is just starting like getting set up and taking some stuff in. You see Bosco Brewer being like, yes, that shot over there by the tents. Oh, wait, he's got a British accent. Yes, that site over there by the tents. Oh, the light is perfect. The light. And he's like bouncing around to get the cameras set up. Maggie Dumont, who of course is playing you, Lucky DeVille, in the past, is like, wow, this whole army, isn't this exciting? And she's kind of nudging you guys.
Well, some of them look tasty. That one over there, for instance. I do.
Whoa. Wemo, the wonder dog, is running around and barking. So you guys get like, after just a little bit, you can tell that, Pancho Villa, he's like in the middle of the camp in a big old tent. And you guys can go in and say hi.
And we're specifically trying to get the head from him. Why does the film company think we're here?
Oh, they're filming the
Okay.
Pancho Villa. Like they're getting this is like great B-roll for Golden State Monsters.
Gotcha. So, did Hearst give them a reason why we were tagging along?
Just like in general, as like security and problem solvers in case anything goes wrong. I will say that famously, Pancho Villa, which is what inspired this episode, Pancho Villa did actually invite a Hollywood film crew to come down and like film his army. And there's like Pancho Villa, there's like, I think it's a lot. I think the footage has been lost, sadly, but there is, maybe someday it will turn up, of like, Pancho Villa starring himself. Yeah, he like plays himself in this movie. So pretty wild stuff. But yeah, speaking of wild stuff, you guys head into the tent of the Centaur of the North himself, Francisco Pancho Villa. So you guys, like, you walk in through the tent flap, you see it's pretty richly adorned. He's got like some fancy furniture in there. But mostly like it's ready for war. There's big maps of the surrounding areas. There's like racks of weapons up. Pancho Villa himself, he's actually a little shorter than you'd expect, but he's kind of like behind his desk looking over battlefield maps. Very like good looking guy, fancy outfit, big bandoliers, big pistols in his holsters there. He has, naturally a bunch of bodyguards and soldiers and so on outside. So I assume, after you explain your intentions, you get through them. And he like looks over, takes the cigar out of his mouth. He's like, some more Americans. Welcome.
In Spanish, she says, "It's wonderful to meet you, Mr. Villa." Obviously, Senor Villa, but
he's like,
I'm not going to do half and half Spanish
Yeah.
and English. Just, it was in Spanish.
that is okay. He's like, it is very good to meet you as well. To whom do I have the honor of addressing?
My name's Lucky DeVille. This is my associate, Leon Kesberg.
A most interesting specimen. Lucky, is that your name or is that what you are?
I don't know. I suppose the day will bear it out.
Very well said. So, I'm afraid I can't spare too much of my time. I have a country to liberate, after all. How can I help you?
I'm looking for a certain item, and I was led to believe that you might know its whereabouts. A bit of a gruesome sort of item.
That intrigues as well. What would that be?
The head of Joaquin Marietta.
Another outlaw, though not nearly as lucky as myself.
No.
You can tell he wants to help, but I think you're gonna have to manipulate someone.
Sure, I'll do that. I'm having a hard time rolling dice. My hand just cramped up. All right, I've got a 5 and a 2 for a 7, and then I get to add 3 to that, and that makes it a 10.
Nice. Okay.
I'm very charmed.
Oh yeah, the general is very charmed. He's like, well, I suppose if the artifact's going to a good place and will be cared for, I don't have a problem with it leaving Mexico. In fact, it's in a rather precarious place right now. It's in an old mission, the mission San Sebastian. Gives you some instructions on where to find it, but I want you to be careful, Lucky DeVille, because you are so charming. I have taken a liking to you. You see, it's currently so the feeling is mutual. Anyway, the artifact is currently under the possession of a very old and very crazy gringo. He has surrounded this mission. It's a ruined, abandoned, long abandoned mission, but he has filled it with dangerous traps and also lured in a pack of chupacabra. Do you know what those are?
I know that it literally translates to goat sucker.
Oh yes, they are vampiric beasts that bedevil the farmers around here, sucking the blood from their goats and from them too if they're not careful.
Hmm.
So, when you go to recover the artifacts, please be careful yourselves.
I shall try my best. After all, luck tends to be on my side.
May it be with us all. And you, Mr. Kesberg,
Yes, sir.
when Americans come south of the border and they're wearing dark suits. So before I say that, what Kesberg, I should ask, how are you dressed for the for northern Mexico?
He's definitely in a suit. I think I'm trying to think if it could be. I think it's more browns than his usual blacks. So, yeah.
Ooh, I like it, kind of mixing it up to fit the
Mhm.
the sort of harsh desert terrain you're moving through.
Mhm.
He says, well, when Americans come south of the border these days, they either seem to get in trouble or cause trouble. So I will ask, which is it that you intend?
I never intend to cause trouble, sir. Just seems to always find me.
Well, I think that makes you very unique amongst your countrymen. Are you here yourself, or are you here representing your government?
I was told that I wasn't getting any help while I was here. So, if that's your question.
He's like, well, that clarifies things a little bit. I like your friend so much that if you wish to get weapons or equipment from my men, you might have them if you ask nicely. I am friend to all Americans, though there are limits.
I think I'm okay for now. I think what I was able to bring myself will be enough. As I say, sort of leaning on my cane.
He nods. He's like, that is very good. All right. I must ask you to depart, and I wish you good fortune, or rather, good luck. And he like switches to English for that last part.
Indeed. Once again, it was a pleasure meeting you, sir.
Oh, and I do hope we have the opportunity to meet again. And he gives like a very romantic kiss to the back of your hand.
Enchanté. Perhaps
Yeah.
tonight. We both get lucky.
Whoa. Whoa. He's looking very intrigued. I will say, according to my research, which involves hearing the Mike Duncan's Revolutions podcast, the one about the Mexican Revolution, Zapata, his mustache game was the best. But I think Pancho Villa's mustache game, pretty good as well. All right, so you guys, you're heading out of the camp and you're heading over to the mission San Sebastian. Anything you want to do or like check in with or grab before you head out there, or should we kind of cut ahead to your arrival at the mission?
Once we're out of sight of the various people back at the camp, she changes so that her skin is darker and her hair is black. I don't want to burn in the sunlight.
Oh yeah, fair enough. And I will say, like, as you zoom further out, like the mission is like it's in a pretty isolated area, so uh there's no like other villages or people around. It's kind of like at the in the middle of a desert with lots of like rocky, um, desolate, craggy peaks surrounding it. Um, and yeah, pretty soon you kind of start nearing this structure. It looks definitely seen better days. It's like old, crumbling. There's big gaps in the walls where the stones have just like fallen in. You can see through these holes in the walls and through like the big open archway. There's a bunch of buildings inside, some of which have just totally crumbled into nothingness, but a few of them look habitable. As like you're driving closer, you do see like movements of like creatures, kind of fast, quick animal blurs around the edges. And you do know there's probably like traps around there as well. All right, so what is your plan of getting in and seeing the crazy gringo who runs this place?
Well, I feel like there are two things that we have to worry about: these goat suckers and the traps that have been set. My inclination, of course, is always to use magic. But if you can think of some more mundane method of dealing with one or the other, I'm all ears. I could make myself look like I have all ears, but I assure you that's quite disgusting.
All ears look.
Mm-hmm.
Try and look for for vulnerabilities and ways in. AKA, could I read a bad situation?
Absolutely. Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll plus sharp. That totally works for this situation here.
By the way, is your weapon magical?
My cane is, or at least its material is.
Just wanted to check. I can make any weapon magic with enough concentration.
Yeah. Well, the roll is a 7, so I only get to ask one.
Okay.
Let's see. So many good questions, but I only get one. I guess I could just be blunt and ask just what's the best way in.
Fair enough. Okay, the best way in. So there is the big archway in the center, but it looks like there's probably going to be some traps around there. You think the best way in, it will mean leaving your car because you can't, or trying to drive it over part of the collapsed wall, which looks really tricky to do. The problem is, it looks like there's no real traps in the wall, but there are a bunch of like chupacabras hanging out there. You can kind of see these almost like simian feline sort of creatures with like kind of glistening, sort of greenish, like chitinous skin, but kind of like a little peacock feather look to them too. They have a very like reflective, glowing in the sun, iridescent kind of look to them, and they definitely got some nasty looking claws and fangs. They're decently sized, about like size of hyenas.
If you want, I can attempt to ward you against those creatures.
Couldn't hurt.
Right, that's exactly what she's going to try to do. Is she'd like to ward Leon by, I'm going to say, like, the ward in this particular case makes his blood taste repulsive.
Oh, nice.
As she like
All right,
draws like sigils, like she kind of turns one of her hands more into a demon claw, like pricks some blood and starts drawing blood symbols on you.
Oh, I love it. Okay, messing with his blood. This could go wrong in so many great ways.
It really could. But this is obviously use magic, I think. And it
All
is
right.
to do the effect of barring a particular creature. You know, it is to prevent chupacabra attacks.
Makes sense.
Ooh, that's not a great roll. Um, I've got 5 altogether on the dice. I do get to add 3, so it's 8. So that
8.
means
Okay.
it does work, but there's a glitch to it.
Oh, interesting. Oh man, a problematic side effect. Uh, let's see. I can make him smell really, really bad forever. I won't do that. That's almost too mean.
Forever is a bit much, but yeah.
Yeah. Uh, oh man, what if like it makes his blood repulsive to the chupacabras, but the rest of him is not repulsive. In fact, it's like catnip to the chupacabras. They don't want to bite him. They want to cuddle with him.
I mean, you're the one dealing
Gesberg,
with
is
the
that
side
okay?
effects, so
Yeah.
Yeah, is that okay if a bunch of chupacabras are just kind of like cat-like rubbing up all over you and wanting pets?
Could be worse. I also just noticed that I have the tactical genius move, which means that I roll with cool instead of sharp for a really bad situation. Not that it would have changed the roll too much.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, just to keep that in mind. That's very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So with this
Damn.
new with your blood feeling a different sort of way, are you gonna try and cross? Are you gonna like try and force the car over the crumbled piece of wall or like get out and walk? Uh what's kind of your way of getting in?
I feel like it would be easier to. Well, I guess I will sort of.
don't worry about me. I can fly.
That's true. Um. Oh. Like, how? What's the distance from, like, the arch to the house or the wherever that is that our ultimate destination is?
Right. It's not too far. Like there's a a decently sized courtyard, and there are a bunch of different buildings inside. So
Hmm.
you're not sure which one the residence, the crazy old coot, or
Mhm.
the head of Joaquin Murrieta is in.
I
Gotcha.
can at least figure out where the crazy old coot is.
That could be helpful.
That's easy for me.
Yeah.
So before he does anything else, she'd like to tune in using one of her old spooky powers.
Ah, okay.
So this is another weird roll, but all right, well that's significantly better. I rolled 2 5s on the dice for 10 plus 3 is 13. Which means I get to take 3 hold. So first of all, where is this guy right now? I get to know that.
Ooh, okay.
As she opens herself up to like his senses.
Right. All right. I'm kind of checking it out. You see, I mean, he hasn't noticed that you're there at all. He's like kind of out in the back where he's got a garden going. So you kind of see a bunch of old weathered hands, and he's like singing a song which sounds a little familiar, like you've kind of heard it before. Um, as he is like, tending to his garden.
What does he regard as his biggest threats?
Ooh, what does he regard as biggest threats?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually not you guys. You see that he is actually afraid of the man in black.
He's
You
aware
get
of
kind of
the-
images of that ghostly, pale, dark clad gunslinger that you saw before.
And I suppose the final question is, how do I attract his attention?
Ooh. Let me see. I think you could I mean, just like talking to him, because
Yeah.
when when you're doing this, you're realizing that not only is he just a normal person, but he is actually somebody who you've met before.
Oh,
It's been a very, very long time, but you have that that familiarity. Like you recognize, I guess, the signature of this guy.
who is it?
Ooh. I think you're not quite sure unless you see him. But you do
Okay.
hear him singing like and apologies here, but he's like uh in the cavern, in the canyon, excavating for mine, dwelt a miner 49er and darling Clementine, as he's kind of like singing to himself.
Well, I know where he is. He's in a garden and he's terrified of the man in black.
Hmm.
There's something familiar about him, but until I lay actual eyes on him, I don't know what it is. Talking to him will get his attention, so I will get his attention and you can look for the head.
Very well.
Because I do not see the head in his eyesight.
And
So I'll see you momentarily, she says as she stands up in the passenger seat, wings burst out of her back, and she flies off.
Whoa. All right. So Lucky's flying right into the mission. Kesper, what are you doing?
I'll just sort of get out of the car and just climb over the wall and sort of ready myself for what the reaction of the chupacabras, because I don't think he knows just yet that like what they'll do. So
Yeah, you like climb over. You could have scaled this ruined wall. As you're kind of skidding down to the other side, a chupacabra just like lands right in your arm and starts like excited dog style, like licking you and like hugging you.
that's not what I
It's
was
got a very
expecting.
weird, like rough kind of feline cat tongue. So
Mhm,
not the most comfortable thing, but still kind of cute.
mhm. It's not what I was expecting. As he sort of like he tries to sort of like set it down and like this could be useful. As he just starts striding forward.
Yeah, another chupacabra just like runs in front of you and very like a cat like hey, it's my time. Pay attention to me. Starts like getting in your face and demanding to be petted.
He's definitely a I would say he's definitely awkward around like animals, but like he doesn't know quite what to do with them. So he just sort of like it's sort of like a very awkward like interactions, but as
I
he's
like
sort of
it.
like trying to
Um,
go forward.
yeah, so you kind of have to push your way sort of through them. You're able to extract yourself, but it slows you down a little bit.
Mhm.
I think you do. I'm gonna have you do a roll here because I think
Sure.
there is a trap ahead you might fall into.
Okay.
So let's have you do what would be a good roll. How about the act under pressure one? My
Sure.
go-to. And we'll see if you can like avoid the snare.
Kinda cocked. Okay. Uh, 6 on the die plus 2 would be an 8.
Ooh, okay. Worst outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. All right. I think the snare is going to pick you up. I think you can either be disarmed by it, like your cane will fall down, and you'll kind of be in a slightly more vulnerable position, or you will take just one level injury as it kind of just snaps you in the air and drags you across the ground.
Now would that sort of bypass armor or
Ooh, let me see. I mean, it's kind of biting into your leg.
I still have the sort of immortal. I'm still essentially.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I think this armor. I think it wouldn't go through this armor then.
Okay. Yeah, I think because the cane is useful for getting out of the snare, I'll keep a hold of it.
Ooh, nice. Okay. So you do the snare kind of like you slip into it, you like flip up, and it's like suspended by like an old pole that like probably held some kind of a hitching post or something back in the day, and like lifts you up and you're upside down, your hat falls off. But you do keep holding your cane pretty well, so you cut yourself down. The
Yeah.
chupacabras freak out of the noise and start kind of scattering a little bit. But you're able to get yourself free without too much difficulty.
Okay.
By this time, Lucky, you have fluttered over the buildings and you see in the garden, he's so much older now, but it is Potato Sack Jack.
Oh,
He's still wearing his potato sack. It's upgraded though, it's a new potato sack, but he's still wearing a potato sack. He has a humongous white beard going all the way down to the floor and like old, like big straw hat. He looks like he's like 100 years old.
okay.
But he's still relatively spry. And he like spins around. He's like, "Come on, starn it! It's some sort of winged devil come for my soul."
I assure you I'm not the devil, she says as she takes on the appearance of Madame Demange but older. Just a little bit of magic, remember?
What? Madame Demange, it's been so long.
It has been
You-
quite a while.
You're
monsieur.
changing, or maybe you're some devil. Yeah,
Just magic. It
I
is
didn't know you
nothing.
could do that.
It is a trick that I've picked
Oh,
up
yeah,
over these many
imagine.
years.
Oh, fair enough. Well, come on down. If I had known you was coming, I would have cooked up something nice. I got corn kernels, potatoes, corn kernels and potatoes. I put them together in
It all sounds
sort
lovely.
of a stew.
Whatever you wish to prepare. I'm sure that
All right, well, come along this way.
Bien
He
sûr.
he needs a cane to get her. Oh, sorry, one more time.
Oh, she just said bien sûr. Like, d'accord. Okay.
Oh, nice. He does need a cane to kind of hobble around these days. He walks around. He's like, "So, how's old Levi doing?"
I'm afraid he's quite dead.
What?
I mean,
I shouldn't be surprised.
It's been a very long time. I'm barely holding together myself. It is amazing that I'm still in one piece. I mean, she did make herself look old. Michael froze up.
As he comes around, he does notice Casper. He does notice you like dangling down. Or have you freed yourself by this point?
I think, yeah, I think I've freed myself by this point and sort of like pick myself up, dust myself off, and resheath the sword.
Oh, nice. He's like, "Whoa, Madame Demange, do you know this young feller?"
Ah, yes, it's a grandson of Mr. Kesberg.
Oh, I didn't know old Levi had himself some children, though kind of lost touch with folks over the years, to be
Yes.
fair.
Been quite a while. Come in, Mr. Kesberg, I think.
Right. Leon, as I sort of extend my hand. Nice to meet you, sir.
He's like, "Well, good to meet you too." And he shakes your hand. He's like, "Take a firm hand because this hand here is about 90% wrinkle. So just, it's kind of like a twig. It's like one twig inside an empty glove. So just hold on tight."
He's a dear
There
old
you
friend
go.
of mine. Please. I'm just blanking out his name right now. It's Potato Sack Jack, right?
Yes.
Yes, that is his name.
This is an old dear friend of mine, Potato Sack Jack.
That's me.
Heard stories as actually Potato Sack Jack does feel a very firm handshake.
Oh, nice. He's like, well, does my old heart good to get a little bit of company. I've sort of kept to myself these years after the gold rush played out and various silver rushes, diamond strikes, and other such rushes have played out as well. I'm just enjoying my golden years over here south of the border, working in my garden, tending to the goat suckers who are now my only family and friends.
Hmm.
Seem to have taken a liking to me as I sort of look at Madame Demanche.
Oh, eh?
Yeah,
It's always
Hmm.
good to be befriended by animals, no?
or
What? No.
Anyway, have you had any other visitors, perhaps less pleasant ones than us?
Ooh, you can see he's a little bit scared. He's like, yes, indeed. Matter of fact, and you can tell like at this point, it's getting a little closer to nightfall. He's like, um, as a matter of fact, round about sunset every other day or so, the man in black comes by. He's a real creepy one. He's trying to steal what I got. Uh, he
What
points
if-
back to like the kind of big, maybe like what once was a chapel or like a church back in the mission days. He's like, uh, I got the head of Murrieta. I heard tell you actually met him, Madame Demanche, back when he was alive in the Sierra Nevada mountains.
Why did I help save his life back then?
Yeah. Well, I guess his luck ran out a little bit afterwards because that Harry Love fella captured him and killed him, cut off his head. I found it in San Francisco and saved it when right before the earthquake struck. Then I come down here, figured it'd be a safe place. Objects like that, they got a kind of power to them, and I think the man in black, he's trying to steal it. I'm not sure why.
When
Me
they
and the
talk,
Chupas.
Hmm?
What's up?
Go ahead.
Yeah, me and the Chupas, we try and hold him off, but I don't know if we can succeed for much longer.
This head, is it not just a skull at this point, or does it still have its flesh upon it? I'm very curious.
He's like, well, I'll show you, and he kind of like hobbles over to the church and opens it up, and you see sort of further back on what once was the altar. There is the head. It's in a jar of like formaldehyde, so it's been like preserved.
Ah,
So you do indeed see Pancho Villa's head like in this kind of
Pancho
green,
Villa's head.
floating
Oh
in this
no.
green liquid. Pretty gruesome looking.
Joaquin Marietta's head, right?
Yes.
Okay, just
I say
making
Pancho
sure.
Villa's
Yeah,
head.
you did.
Sorry, my
Just
bad.
making sure.
Though I will say, Pancho Villa's skull is also a pretty weird artifact that I don't know, maybe Skull and Bones has that weird club in Yale, or maybe that's Geronimo's skull. I don't know. I think they're all doing weird stuff with fame or Blackbeard's skull. They're doing weird stuff with famous skulls over there at in Yale. So bad stuff. It's awful.
Hmm.
Well, this is an item we
Yeah.
are also looking for. Potato sack Jack. If we take it
He's
off your
like-
hands, the man in black will probably stop looking for you.
He says, fair enough, and I trust you to keep it safe, Madame Demanche. I've been a little bit out of the world for a while, which is how I like it. I'm enjoying my well-earned retirement. So it would be nice if I could just live out the rest of my years in peace. He's again checking his watch, and he's like, he has a pocket watch in his potato sack. Like he's got
Huh?
a little gold watch like pinned to the burlap that he like pulls out and looks at. And he's like, well, speak of the devil, he should be showing up here pretty soon. And like I said, I don't know if I can hold him off this time. So if you guys can help me fight him off, I'll let you take the head and get out of here.
All right, then we shall help fight him off.
All right. He's like, I've still got a few traps, and I've got the chupas. They can help. But we don't have too long. So you guys maybe like, you can each do like about one thing you think before the sun goes down and the man in black shows up.
How much research has she managed to get done about battling this guy in a dream realm?
Not too much. You know the concept of the dream realm, but how to like access it, you're not sure about. But you do know that physical damage can at least temporarily hurt him or banish him.
We need to try to do physical damage to him, which is not exactly my specialty, but... Well, I can try summoning something that will do some physical damage. And she's gonna draw out a summoning circle on the ground and try to summon a very burly sort of devil.
Ooh, nice. Okay, let's have you do that, and then we'll see how Kesper prepares, and then we'll get to the battle.
Okay. Obviously, this is use magic.
Yeah.
All right, I've got a 5 and a 3 on the dice for 8, and I get to add 3, which brings it to 11.
Amazing. Okay. Yeah, you do it. So describe what this burly devil looks like.
Sure. So it's like it is like technically bipedal, but it's kind of shaped almost like a gorilla. Like it doesn't move around fast unless it's using its hands to move around. But it's red, it's got leathery wings, so this thing can fly. Just enormous teeth and an almost lizard-like head, and like just sharp horns sticking out the back of its head, you know. They
Nice,
curl
beautiful.
around a little bit.
Oh
And
yeah.
it roars
all the
when
best
it's
ones do.
summoned. Like, and there's saliva that flies out of its mouth when it roars. And where the saliva hits, it burns a little bit like acid.
Whoa. Seems like this like crazy super buff devil appears. It's spitting acid into the air. Chupacabras are like kind of hissing at it a little bit. Kesberg, what are you doing to prepare?
I think I'll sort of go to the car and take out, because I think I'll sort of like go to the storage area of the car and take out his submachine gun that he has. Sort of.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, you kind of grab that trench annihilator. Get ready. All right. So at this moment, the last bits of the sunset creep like bloody over the horizon. A shard of like harsh desert lightning crashes through the air. Some fat raindrops start coming down. Potato Sack Jack is like kind of holding the head of Joaquin Murrieta in the jar and like moaning a little bit in terror. And then you guys see like outlined in the lightning, the man in black himself is kind of like just walking off the desert. This gaunt, pale-skinned figure in this like black greatcoat that's waving in the wind, with his hefty revolvers on his hips and this hat kind of shading his desiccated sort of weird mummy face. So he comes in and he's like, Levi Kesberg, Madame Demanche. Seems our paths cross again. You kind of hear his words sping out and reaching you, even though he's far away.
Why don't you come closer and we can truly speak?
He's like, well, I do appreciate the invitation. Bringing some friends, though. You should have known not to come calling in a place that's just so full of corpses. And as he's saying this, you see like an armored car kind of like curving around one of these rocky outcroppings and start driving towards the mission. It looks, you can see dead, zombified federales. These like, soldiers who are on the other side of the Mexican Revolution. They have like, khaki uniforms, a lot of bullet holes in them where they were killed in some fight or another. But they have like, the armored car is like a full-on machine gun in the cupola there. And then there's maybe like a dozen or so of these federales with bolt action rifles, revolvers. You get their like bandoliers glittering in the moonlight as they're charging for you guys.
And you should
Um,
know, sir, that devils feed upon the dead. She snaps her fingers and the devil charges out.
Oh, okay. That is so awesome. I think I'm not going to make you roll to attack because like this devil is so cool, and you rolled really well and you summoned it. But you kind of got a lot of options here. Is he going to go for the man in black? Is he going to go for the armored car or the infantry?
Okay, so there's like an infantry of the dead people too, but they're not in the armored car, right? Like they're currently out.
There's
of
like the
it.
armored car rattling along. There's a bunch of foot soldiers like with rifles charging over alongside it.
It's just gonna plow into those foot soldiers like a bowling ball into the pins, just sending them scattered
Nice.
everywhere, tearing off limbs, feeding
Oh,
on their
beautiful.
souls, what's left of them.
Oh yeah, this demon just charges through them. You see these like kind of desert warped bodies getting shredded, like limbs and undead body parts going everywhere as the devil is just tearing them apart. So it looks like those soldiers are like held back and or destroyed. The armored car kind of like starts pulling up to the entrance. You can see there's some like traps that were sort of getting in the way, but it's kind of able to like roll past them. Kesberg, what are you doing?
I want to see if I can shoot out the tires.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay. I think you should roll. This is definitely, I think, a kick some ass roll.
Gosh, this is not a good best roll. Oh, just barely. Not if barely. No, the 6.
Ooh. Okay.
Get
Oh,
experience.
so a 6. So that's
Yep.
yeah, get experience. All right. That's real bad. So I think how do you think you mess up? Like you're rushing over to shoot the tires. Like, I mean, it's got a big machine gun on it. What do you think goes wrong?
The jokester in me wants to think that he trips over a chupacabra.
Oh man, we can do that. We did kind of set it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a chupacabra just gets too close to you. You just like roll over and crash down. And then the zombie kind of like manning. It's got like sort of a turret that can spin with a big like one of those big old timey belt fed machine guns. Just like swivels over and goes boom 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 boom. I think you're gonna take 3 harm of bullet wounds, just like punching through you.
Right.
And then I think to make it worse, I'm gonna hurt the chupacabras, or I'm gonna put them in danger. It's up to you to save them. You see some of these chupacabras are like rushing over to try and stop the car, but they're going to be run over by it. They don't have the the ability to take down an armored vehicle.
Mhm.
So you hear some terrified chupacabras as they are like kind of caught in the open as this car is about to plow into them. All right, Kesberg, I'm leaving you in a bad position. Madame Demanche,
Sure.
we got the armored car is now crashing in. You're not sure where the man in black went.
Okay, so the man in black isn't here yet then. I mean, he's not in the compound.
Yeah, you don't like the lightning flashes again. You can't quite see where he went.
Okay, so it's the armored car then.
Yeah.
All right, she's going to step out in front of the armored car, like reveal what she is, which is to say a devil, a demon, like full wings unfurled. And she is going to do something that's beyond human limitations, which is, I'm going to say, make herself impervious to bullets.
Oh, okay.
It's
Sort of
going to just
absorbing
be
the
like,
shots.
it's going to just be absorbing the shots full Superman.
Oh,
As
all
she
right.
remembers, she's not a creature of this earth, and mundane means can't hurt her.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll. Use magic.
Yeah. And she's got her wings out so that like it prevents anybody else. She's just going to take these bullets.
Oh, nice. I mean, this could also be what is it called? To save somebody.
I would rather use magic, but
That is okay. Protect someone as I'm thinking of. But yeah, go ahead and use magic.
okay, I got a 6 on one die, a 1 on the other die, and I get to add 3, so that's a straight up 10.
Oh, okay.
So whether or not she actually manages to protect anybody, that's up to you. But for right now, she's impervious to bullets herself. Whether or not she's actually blocking anybody else from getting shot, I don't know. Because I did not choose to do the other move. Which I'm
Okay,
blanking
fair
on what
enough.
it's called right now.
Yeah, protect
Protect
someone.
someone.
I think it works.
I did not for protect someone, so.
I mean, with a 10, like a super success, I'm going to make good things happen.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just like get in the way, the wings like kind of flare out, you save the chupacabras, and then Kesper also is kind of untouched. These bullets rain down. All right, Kesper.
I can't do this
kinda-
forever.
Yeah, she can't do this forever. What are you doing?
All right. I'm just gonna sort of get myself up, and I'm guessing that is the car still going sort of forward, or if have they sort of like steered a different way, or
I think they're still like, I mean, they're firing from the turret. I think they're still kind of going, straight forward towards Man de Manche and the interior of the mission.
I'm going to. Actually, the gunner would probably be more exposed. I'm guessing the driver there's some sort of glass is probably tempered in some way. So, yeah, I'm gonna try and at least get the turret operator out of commission.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you're gonna shoot the guy in the turret.
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna have to do. I think it's again kick some ass.
Yeah. Dice again.
I believe in you. Bardic Inspiration. That works in this game, right? I'd like
Yeah,
to use my bonus
Monster of the
action
Week
to do that.
inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah. If only that were true, because that's another miss.
Oh
Okay.
no!
It's another 6
Ooh.
again.
Okay, I gotta do some more bad stuff. I think we're gonna take 3 more harm as you're both shot and the car, it swerves to avoid Man de Manche, plows into you, and you are like bounced off the hood and then crash across the dust. All
Did
right.
not expect this.
Yeah, things are getting bad. The armored car smashes into the doors of the church, which crash. They're like old, fallen apart doors. They fall to splinters. They see, the head of Joaquin Rieta in the jar is like right there. Then you guys see the man in black again for he's sort of coming, he's like almost been transported in the shadows cast by this car. It's like he was sort of riding from shadow to shadow, a creature of the shadows, as it were. He comes right out. You see him grabbing the head. Then he swivels over and looks at you guys. And his eyes glow with an electric, sort of film projector light is kind of coming out of his eyes. And then something bad happens to each of you. You are trapped in, or not trapped, you're sort of forced into a memory, a bad memory of the time that you consider you got your curse. Or it might be kind of more complicated, but a time from your life where you felt, very much trapped by your condition. Or what kind of made you, what sort of made you into the creatures that you are. So it's sort of up to you, what exact memory this is. But it's just kind of he's sort of taking you back to your bad beginnings.
I know what my character's memory was.
Yeah, so I kind of want to hear it. And then you're sort of stuck there until you can roll. I think we're going to do keep your cool to try and find somebody to free yourself from this memory. And get back to the present. So, Madame Demanche, what are you seeing? What are you kind of reliving?
Sure. So she remembers the walk up to the guillotine in the Place de la Révolution,
Whoa.
and how she knows that her husband, who had been executed 13 days before her, had done all this dramatic stuff, like tore off his shirt and gave a speech, and then he got his head cut off, and she can't think of a thing to say. And she's just led to the chopping block, led to the guillotine, her head's put through, and the blade falls. And right before it does, like after it does, they hold her head up to look at the crowd, because that's something that they did because they were horrible. And she sees the person that would later make her into a zombie out in the crowd watching.
Oh. Okay. Go ahead and roll keep your cool to try and like break free of this. Or act under pressure.
Act under pressure. It's cool. Let's try. Well, I get to mark experience, so that's something.
Ooh, okay.
It's a 5 altogether. It's not good.
All right, well, let's get your marking experience. But yeah, you're not quite able to like shift out of this memory. It's too raw, it's too cruel, and you're still kind of stuck in there. All right. Levi Kesberg. So this is kind of like the memory of like when you sort of received your curse, or another time when like you felt really sort of you kind of became what you are now. So what do you think Levi sees?
Levi is I think this is literally sort of like the point, like he's out in the cold in the mountains. He has he sort of looks down at his hands, and in his hand is a piece of flesh. And he can feel the hunger that he became so used to. But he knows in his mind, in the back of his head, that this is how it started.
So you have this bad memory. You feel this this horrible eternal hunger that you've worked so hard to bury. All right. Go ahead and roll act under pressure to try and break free of this.
There's at least a 6 in there. 6 and a 3.
That's something.
So 9 plus 2 is 11.
Okay. You emerge from the memory. You shake it off. You're hurt really bad. You're lying on your back. You're outside of the ruined church. You see Madame Demanche is kind of like you can see she's trying to fight it off and come back to reality as well. But you see the man in black kind of like taking the head of Joaquin Murrieta under his arm. And he's like, you see, that's what the myth does. The myth takes the truth and purifies it. That's what I'm offering this whole country, you as well. The salvation to forget. Isn't the myth better than the cold truth?
Cold truth is what
He starts. Oh yeah, Kesberg. So you've got like one shot, and then we'll have to go back to Madame Demanche.
Cold truth is what made me, but it isn't who I am. As I sort of line up the shot with my gun and just fire at him.
Ooh, okay, let's roll to kick some ass.
Ooh, that is a crit. That is 2 6s.
Oh, what a moment. Okay, so
that's 14.
Well, 14. Okay.
Yep, that means that I have the advanced one.
Nice. Okay. I think I'm gonna let another one here because I think like you could pick it. I think you could bring Madame Demanche out of, or he'll lose focus. And then Madame Demange will be like out of the memory and she won't have to do any roll.
I just raised my
Or Madame
cool by
Demange.
one because I got to level up, by the way.
Oh, nice.
And
I mean,
I've had to
before I
roll this
offer
so
this-
many times, I feel like I should probably.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
Madame Demange, before I offer this, is that okay with you? Or do you have like another?
No, that's
kinda-
fine. You can bring
That's
her out.
fine, okay.
Let him have this moment.
All right, Casper, do you want to go for that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, this is as well as doing tons of harm to him.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay. So describe how you like blast this guy down with the machine gun,
I think it just sort of like
with the Tommy gun.
yeah. I think he's still technically on the ground, but he's just sort of like rights himself, like rolls out onto his stomach and just like aims up and hits him like square in like in the chest and sort of like knocks him back, and he'll drop the jar.
Yeah. Don't worry, it's got nice thick glass, so it doesn't break when it hits the ground. The head is still safe. But yeah, you just like unload on him. You like blast him back. He like smashes through the windows. He doesn't quite fall over. Like he like kind of skids back on the dirt. Looks up. There's like tons of holes in his jacket that have like punctured through his flesh. He just kind of like glares at you, and he's like, "That ain't fair." And then Madame Demange, this is when
That ain't fair, my friend.
Yeah, Madame Demange, this is when you recover your consciousness. You flash back to, you come back to reality.
Dirty tricks. Okay. And she is going to fly at him and hit him with the big whammy. I mean, she just like plows into him to hit him with this. Which is it's a kick some ass, but it uses weird. So
Okay, I like that.
okay, I got a 6 and a 2. I get to add a 3 to that, so that I would really like it if like, well, it doesn't matter. It's kick some ass. I don't have advanced moves on that. Never mind. But still 11. So I just haven't been hitting
That's very good.
12 this time. I want some 12s. So the big whammy, and I've got to look at the spooky sheet for that. I have so many sheets. On the spooky sheet, it is 2 harm, close, obvious, and it ignores armor.
Nice. Okay, and with an 11, you get to pick another one from the extra effect.
No,
No.
12 plus is so
Oh,
you
and
do
I'm
choose
sorry,
one
11 isn't it?
extra effect, yep, from the 10 plus. Yeah,
One
so-
extra effect. Yeah, from the 10 plus list.
Oh, I get to pick another one from the 10 plus ones. Right, because this is kick some ass.
Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
terrible harm, gain the advantage, inflict terrible harm, suffer less harm, or force them where you want them.
I want to force them where I want them. Just to say she's
Okay.
plowing them away from the jar so Leon can manage to get the jar and move,
Nice. That makes total sense to me. Yeah, you just like rip into this guy, just charge him, or using like demon claws to just eviscerate him, or
Yeah, basically, except it's really a magic thing. It's not like her claws are literally doing the
Right.
damage. It's like the magic comes through the claws, and as she's like hitting him, she bites him. It's like this whole losing control sort of thing, as he brought her into her worst memory and she didn't want to be there.
yeah, she like
And she
yeah, you
says
like double
repeatedly,
claw
like,
magic punch him.
yeah. And she repeatedly says to him, like, I will show you the truth. I will show you this goddamn truth.
Damn. All right. He is hurled back. He like kind of flies through the gates of the mission, crashes in the desert outside, far away from the head holding Joaquin Murrieta.
Yeah. And I should note, she went with him. Like, she, like, grabbed him and, like, trucked with him this whole time.
Ooh,
So-
nice. Okay.
It's to let Leon get away with the head, basically. If
Ooh,
Leon decides
okay.
to take that opportunity.
All right.
And I'm guessing I take harm. Since this was
I'm gonna see you
kicks some
take
ass.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna see you take 2 harm as he is able to like he pulls one of his pistols and like fires into your chest as you take him down.
But I do get to reduce that by 1 because of my whole immortality thing.
Okay. So Kesberg, you see Potato Sack Jack and a bunch of the chupacabras have run into your car to start making an escape. So Potato Sack Jack, he of course cannot drive. He can barely walk, but he's in the back seat there, and he's like, Kesberg, get the head, let's get out of here.
I think I will do so. Lucky is a very capable woman, so she knows what she's doing.
Okay. So you start running over, you head into the car. Madame Demanche, as you and the man in black are battling it out in the desert, he starts like gritting his teeth and making an escape. So again, he leaves in a cyclone. So the wind starts like churning around him, spinning over. So he's going to try and like disappear, escape. You could have the option of following him, which could put you in a very bad spot, as you could be, you should be under his power, captured by him, perhaps. Or you do see the car with Joaquin Murray's head, Kesberg, Potato Sack Jack, and the Chupacabras pulling out and driving away to escape from him for good, or for now at least. So, what do you choose to do?
She's not a stupid woman. She spits on the ground and then flies back.
Nice.
She does say this while he's going like, "Run away, you coward. That's the real truth of this country. You're all a bunch of fucking cowards."
Dang. All right. He just like grits his teeth at you as he's lying on the ground, bleeding. You kind of see the curtain of wind rushing over and covering up. And he's like, Demanche, Kesberg, you had your chance. This ain't over.
No kidding.
Dang. All right. The cyclone covers him up and he is whisked away into the beyond. All right, so you guys get the car, you drive back through the night, you return to the camp of the Division del Norte. The crew has been filming like this whole time. Bosco Brewer like greets you. He's like, we got some wonderful scenes. Cavalry charging to and fro, infantry moving back and forth, rifle, cannons, machine guns. Were there machine guns in the Gold Rush?
Not per se, but I mean, I wasn't exactly there.
Oh, yes. Well, fair enough. A little bit of anachronism. It suits the spirit, the myth, the mythic truth, which is more of what we're trying to achieve with Golden State Monsters.
By the way,
anyways,
I've always heard that Madame Demange could summon monstrosities. Can I see maybe what you've done in terms? Never mind. This is Pancho Villa's thing.
He's like, oh yes, we'll show you some of the special effects we have. The monsters, the eponymous Golden State Monsters. Once we return to Hollywood, for now, just rest, and we will be returning to sunny California on the morrow. So you guys head on back to. Or say anything you want to do in Pancho Villa's camp before you kind of cut ahead to the return to Hollywood?
You just kind of want to do Pancho Villa.
Okay, yeah, we'll say that happens.
Okay.
You slip into his tent. He's like, it appears it is I who is lucky.
There you go.
Yep.
He gets some of his life force drained that night, but it's worth it.
Yeah, just a little bit. No regrets. So we gotta do those close of session moves. But you guys return to Hollywood. There's a little bit more filming, but like it's pretty much Golden State Monsters is wrapped. and like the premiere is coming up very soon. Um, and I think we're gonna kind of leave with uh, Lucky. You get a message, or O'Banion, like as you're, maybe a few days after you return from Mexico, O'Bannon sort of like uh, contacts you, and he's like, got a message for you, boss, and for Agent Kesberg too. There's this teenage technological genius, young girl by the name of Betty Bugelheimer. Apparently, she's descended from a long line of kooky inventors.
I'm familiar with the Bugelheimer family. Continue.
Ah, well, she's certainly familiar with you, by reputation at least. She's wants to see you. Something to do with the premiere.
Well, okay.
All right, and with that, in our final episode, we're going to come back next week and we're going to roll out the red carpet for the premiere of Golden State Monsters, the movie. And that will be the final episode of this entire show. Let's go ahead and do. Sorry, Scooter, you might have popped in just a little bit too soon, but it's all good. We'll just do the end of session stuff real quickly. So I will ask the questions here. Did we conclude the current mystery?
No, not really.
No. Did we save someone from certain death?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Potato Sack Jack again.
Definitely. And those chupacabras.
And the Chupacabras.
Did Yes. So you get to mark one there. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Well, other than my character's kind of a succubus, but that's not really.
That's more
Yeah,
of the
that'll
next
be for the
question.
next
That's
one.
more the next question.
Yes.
I mean, but we
think
did
you-
learn things about the world. I mean, we learned about the dream realm and how we have to fight the myths with truths.
Yes. Yes. You learned how to defeat the Man in Black. So I would say that's one there. And then, did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
I don't know if it's an important detail about the character. It's a detail, though.
I mean,
I mean, there's
yes.
also-
I think the succubus stuff,
Yeah.
and then I think also the some of the memories I think were kind of new. Like we sort of knew them,
Yeah.
we hadn't really seen them. So that's kind of
That's
those were
right.
very dark. I think that counts. So that's going to be 3.
We also
Yeah.
kind of learned that Levi no longer defines himself by
Yes. Yeah.
what he was.
Yes. I like that. So showing Levi's kind of like, he's moved on, he's changed.
My character
So yes, you
clearly
get to
has
mark
not.
2. You get to mark 2 experience there.
So how many experience did we get all together?
Okay, hold on, let's see. If you get 3 or 4, mark 2. So it'd be 2 from the end of session.
2.
All right. So brings this episode to a close. And yeah, as I said, next week we're going to be back with the series finale. Last episode of Golden State Monsters, which is appropriately entitled Sunset.
Thank you so much for being here, guys. Thanks for being, and I did see, a couple of people in there watching, lurking. I saw one of our old school, I don't know if you remember, do you remember Wes? He was watching. He was one of our very OG. I met him with Marvin years ago. This was before we started streaming and everything. Where we started when we started the whole community here in Sacramento for all the role playing and all the D&D, it was me, Marvin, Wes, and Jim Goodnight. It was we started the whole thing back in 2015. So, and now we're
that's
doing
great.
this. We're still doing it,
Yeah.
and it was nice to see him in there. So I'll pop him a little message. I know he lives somewhere in the Midwest somewhere, but. Yeah, it was really nice. So thank you so much for this. This is really, it's got a good fruition to it. I really am enjoying the fact that the stuff that the people that you've, how do I put this? The people that you guys have murdered, destroyed, all this stuff. But making somebody smell bad forever, that's just too much. That's too
Yeah,
much.
That was
interesting.
beyond
That's
the
where I draw
pale,
the line.
really.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, no, that's we had to draw the line somewhere. I really enjoyed that. That was very fun.
Well, you know, it's Nick's character. We can't just like if it was an NPC or something, we could have inflicted stench on them for their whole lives.
Yeah, we'd be cool with that.
We were like, but that's just too far. That's too much torture. So that was good. That was fun. But thank you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for playing. Thanks for making this story real. You know, as Michael puts the world together and you guys make it actually tangible and real. It's really cool to watch. So thank you very much. Thanks to everybody that actually has watched this in VOD and the people that get in there live and lurk and see what we're up to. So we'll be back. We're 100% planning to be here next week. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for when we go live. So if you do subscribe to us, it'll just pop up and tell you just that little bell thing or whatever, notifications. But until then, make sure to pull up a chair and make
time
to tabletop.
Time
Tabletop.
to tabletop.
We'll see y'all very, very soon.
I did both accents at that. Yeah. Night.
Overachiever.